Hey guys, before the video begins, I'd just like to tell you guys that I hope you and your families, if you celebrate it, have a wonderful Christmas and a Happy New Year as well. Also, my next video will be the top 10 ugliest NPCs, so if you have an NPC in mind that you think is pretty damn ugly, let me know, and I'll try and put it into the next video. Anyway, today's video is all about the forgotten NPCs. I hope you guys enjoy it. Number 10, the Wounded Soldier. I've always felt so bad for this guy whenever I pass by him. He sits south of Death Plateau, which is obviously troll territory, and apparently they injured him by throwing rocks at him. His prayer level must suck. But anyway, something that a lot of players never knew about this guy was that you could actually go inform the nurse inside the field hospital next to the Heroes Guild that he was injured, and in return she'd tell you that she's going to send a stretcher to him straight away, resulting in the disappearance of the Wounded Soldier the next time you went to the area that he was at. But after an update in February of 2014, you could no longer do this. Number 9, Zawa. He's an injured fighter at the duel arena and really serves no distinct purpose other than to represent wounded fighters after participating in several battles. Or, if you really think about it, he could represent how our banks must feel after we leave this horrible place. Other than a few dialogue lines that could be a possible reference to the movie Monty Python and the Holy Grail though, he's actually pretty useless and pretty forgotten. Number 8, Mooberies. You may have talked to this guy once when you first started playing RuneScape and stumbled onto the duel arena for the very first time. He gives an introduction to the arena and teaches players how duels really work. You can also challenge him, but he'll just laugh at you if you do. In Arabic, his name actually means warrior or combatant. Pretty much everyone who plays RuneScape nowadays knows how the duel arena works though, so nobody really talks to this guy anymore, making him truly forgotten about. Number 7, Captain Robin. He's a prominent captain of the Varrock Guard, and after talking with him, you'll soon find out that he takes his job very seriously, and will even question you about what you're doing in this so-called restricted area. This NPC is actually pretty old too, as he was released on January 4th of 2001, which is basically the day that RuneScape Classic was released. In old school RuneScape, he's only involved in the Demon Slayer quest, and in RuneScape 3, the Defender of Varrock quest. However, in both, his role is pretty small, only amounting to dialogue towards you, the player, and that's it. After Demon Slayer, most players never speak to him ever again. Number 6, Sincere. Sincere is so forgotten about that she actually doesn't return as a search result when trying to look her up on the 2007 version of the OSRS Wikipedia site. She's one of the few females in Seer's village, and her name is actually a play on the word sincere, in which her examining text is also related to. She was released on February 1st, 2007, and unless you're trying to complete the General Shadows mini-quest as proof to your trustworthiness to this NPC, the only thing she'll ever tell you is that your sins blind her. Number 5, Miss Chisolm. Now, a lot of people know who Miss Chisolm is, however, I still consider her to be forgotten due to the Wise Old Man's infamy. Reason being is that she tells you about the Wise Old Man's schemes after he robs the bank, and then you, as the player, get so involved in trying to find all of the hidden secrets about the Wise Old Man that you forget all about the NPC that mentioned the idea to you first, which was Miss Chisolm herself. Other than her telling you about the Wise Old Man and screaming about the news all day, she really serves no purpose. Number 4, Cannell Phillip. For those of you who may have never known, Gertrude doesn't just own cats. She actually has children inside of her house. Their names are Cannell and Phillip, and they have absolutely no use in the game whatsoever. They just play with their toys the whole time, and if you try to speak to either of them in old school RuneScape, it will yield the dialogue that they're busy playing and don't want to talk. What's interesting about Phillip, however, is that the toy he's playing with looks like the old model of a dragon back in the olden days of RuneScape, and this is probably because of Cannell and Phillip's player models being introduced into the game in 2003, because they have never been changed ever since. Number 3, the Forester. He stands outside of MacGruber's Wood, and while most players have simply forgotten about this guy, I actually haven't, because I've always wanted his hat ever since I was a kid. But anyway, he will not talk to you unless you try to open his gate. He gets pretty mad at that. In my personal opinion, I think he represents a broken bot. When you try and talk to him, he won't talk back to you, and he is wielding a steel axe. However, he never chops down a single tree. I'm telling you, broken bot. Number 2, Rotten. You know that one creepy guy that hides out in drainer sewers with an anvil, fire, and bed next to him? Well, he's actually a very, very weakened vampire. He appears in the Desert Treasure quest, where he assists you in the process of summoning Desus by crafting a silver pot. If you guys are anything like me, you probably absolutely hated doing Desert Treasure, so it makes sense that a lot of people forgot about this NPC after they completed the quest. He serves no purpose after Desert Treasure, but one of the interesting things about him is that even in RuneScape 3, Ronton is one of the few remaining NPCs to not yet receive a HD graphical update to his chat head when speaking to him. Number 1. Cabinboy Jenkins. I'm actually really sad that nobody remembers this guy. For those of you that don't remember, Cabinboy Jenkins was a crew member on the Lady Lumbridge, which is a ship that a player buys during the Dragon's Lair quest. He accompanies you and Ned when the Lady Lumbridge sets sail to Crandor. However, nearing the island, Elvarg swoops out of the sky and attacks his ship, and unfortunately, Cabinboy Jenkins is incinerated by Elvarg's dragonfire, along with much of the ship. Apparently, when he does die, though, he only has 10 HP, so he was basically just a scrub lord anyway, so it's all good. An interesting thing about him, though, is prior to an unknown update, he was originally left alive, stranded on Crandor, when the Lady Lumbridge actually wrecks. When you talk to him on the island, he basically believes that you were the captain, and he claims that you were the worst captain ever. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. If you know what I should count down next, post that in the comment section, and I'll try to make it happen. Also, don't forget to leave your ugly NPC suggestion, and I'll try to put that into the next top 10 that I have planned. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today, and I'll talk to you guys later.